Last night, Ray and I went out to go see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Now, I really like the most recent trilogy. I wasn't a huge fan of War, but Dawn, Rise, loved them. Absolutely loved them. The story of Caesar is absolutely fantastic. And when they showed us footage of Dawn of the Planet or Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes at CinemaCon, I went from being interested in the movie to being psychotically excited for it. So Ray and I went to go see it. We put up our out of the theater review on the channel last night, but to flesh it out a little bit more, I loved it. I really enjoyed it thoroughly. Do I think it's the best of the new bunch? I'll still give that crown to Dawn. So yeah, I'll still say Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is probably the best of the new bunch, but I think this might be a solid second best of the four most recent movies and incredibly enjoyable. And here's some of the things that I love. Director Wes Ball, he focused so much on the characters. And, we said in our out of the theater review, he's building this entire new world. Like even in the legacies of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and Planet of the Apes in general, this is a period of time in this world where the apes are just developing now. Humans have only recently, in terms of generations, kind of become the subspecies and all that kind of stuff. And it's a brand new world exploring, what does hierarchy look like here? What does society look like here? What does community look like here? How does this world run and operate? So he wants us to believe in and value and become attached to this world. But Wes Ball understands that the best way to get us connected to this world is to have us connect to the characters in it. And so right from the beginning of the movie, he starts pouring a lot of energy into getting us attached primarily to Noah, his clan, and the characters that surround him. And that pays off huge dividends as the movie progresses, because I can imagine there's a number of things that happen in the movie that I may not care about if I didn't so deeply care about Noah and his family and the characters he's with and the people he's traveling with. Because they focus so much on character, I became infinitely more attached to the events going on around them. One of the main themes, and I'm not going to go into spoilers here, but one of the main themes of the movie that I found was the distortion of faith, which I thought was profound. Because the movie starts, the very first scene in the movie is a funeral of Caesar, right? And some words on screen about how important Caesar was to the apes. That's just the opening shot. And there's a funeral for Caesar. Then the screen goes dark, and then it says, many generations later. Okay, so we pick up now much further down the line. And we find in this world that for some, the teachings of Caesar have been lost. There are the faithful, though, who are like, Caesar taught, ape shall not kill ape. And that ape shall be this, and ape, like all these like fundamental things. But then we meet Proximus. I think that was the name of the king, right? The king ape. I think it was Proximus. I might be misremembering that. But this whole kingdom that Proximus is building that we see in the trailers, but he has taken the simple teachings of the faith of Caesar and completely bastardized them and twisted them to promote and ensure his own power. Kind of like a lot we see in the world today. Anyway, like twisting what the true original pure faith is into something that's ugly and distorted and mutated for political power. Anyway, that being said, there are several main themes. Like, for instance, there's this great idea in there about the differences between society and community. And that's juxtaposed with the life of Noah and his clan versus Proximus's big kingdom and all that kind of stuff. And all these things are playing out while we're on this conveyor belt of a story, moving us from where we were in those Caesar Planet of the Apes movies and where we know this world is going in the Charlton Heston movies, where the apes ultimately have primacy over the entire world. I just thought, first of all, the visual effects. If you thought they were good in the last Kingdom of the Planet, like the last Planet of the Apes movies, they even take it another step farther. Like there's this, like, forget all the hair and the fur and the movement and the eyes. There's a scene where one of the apes, let's say, falls into rushing water. And I'm looking at it from a visual point of view, and I'm like, I cannot, like, I worked in visual effects. I could not believe what my eyes were seeing. Like, I couldn't believe I was not looking at an actual monkey in rushing water. It was absolutely, and the whole movie that way. There's a couple, Ray, I don't know if you noticed, there's a couple of shots of a hawk flying in the sky that looked kind of matted on top of something else. Like it looked like it was, it didn't quite look right. But that was like a minor thing. Everything else looked so remarkably good that it blew my mind. So, like, again, do I think it's the best of the Apes movies? No, I still think that's Dawn. And is there a couple of narrative choices they made that they could have made a little bit clearer? I think so, yes, which is why I put it below Dawn. But overall, I had a wonderful time with this movie, and I thought it was great. Ray, what did you think about it in general?
First of all, the only negative I have about it is maybe it's 10 minutes a little too long, I think. I mean, but I wouldn't know what parts to take out. Noah, my thing was, if I could attach myself to this character, and Westball did a great job of doing that. I'm so interested to see where he goes from you. Everyone will see it, but from here on, I thought the visuals were great. I didn't see anything that was wrong. To be
again,
honest.
the only thing is every once in a while, the composite of a hawk flying against the sky looked a little weird. And that's funny because that's the simplest visual effect in the movie. But aside from that, everything else looked incredible.
How are the performances? Like Macy and Kevin Durand, I think, is Proximus. And
I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? I even said to Ray, I said, Ray, open up the IMDb for this. See if the guy who does, what was his name? Rocca?
Rocca,
right?
yeah,
You see this orangutan, right? In the trailer. So his name's Rocca. And I'm like, Ray, look up the name of the actor who does that, and then go to his IMDb and tell me if he's the guy who plays Bortus in The Orville, because I could swear that's his voice. And sure enough, it was his voice.
The sounds from this film, well, it probably had something to do with being in the Dolby Cinema.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime
probably, yeah.
anything went or like just made a loud noise, I startled. Because there's parts in this movie that are so tense that I really was like almost covering my eyes, whatever. Just because there's some tense parts.
There's like seriously, 100% there was.
Where whenever they go into that sort of thing, I was just like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? If they do any action, it looks great. I mean, I just can't wait to talk about it more after everyone goes out and sees it.
Yeah,
I don't want to say too much.
And it sounds weird because we just came out of a movie, and my primary thought should be about the movie we just saw. But one of my very first thoughts coming out of the theater was, I cannot wait for the Legend of Zelda movie. Because Wes Ball is directing the live action Zelda movie.
It was a pretty good turnout last night too.
Oh, it was packed. The theater was packed for an
that was the
advanced
first time
night.
we actually had the line. We had a line at the front door.
We had lineup going out the front door. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. So it was a nice packed thing. I think it's going to hit that $50 million mark. So we want to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. My favorite spring cleaning takeaway is the post-clean clarity you get. Wow, how have I been living like this? It's kind of like when you find out that you've been paying a fortune for wireless when Mint Mobile has phone plans for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. My last mobile service provider was quite good, but ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've enjoyed even better coverage, better phone clarity, and I'm paying less than a third of what I paid to my old provider. Say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bills to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions may apply. See Mint Mobile for details. Yeah, again, the best of the Planet of the Apes movies? No, I still think that's Dawn, but I had a really good time with it. I hope you guys will too. Did some of you guys see it at that advanced fan screenings last night? If so, whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.